The desert night crackled with stories. Under a canopy of stars, secrets whispered on the wind. It was 1987, and I was in Sonora, Mexico, listening to tales of the uncanny. That's when I first heard about the woman who knew the hour of her death. The story chilled me to the bone. It spoke of premonition, of a bond with the ethereal. It was a story whispered in hushed tones, a story that clung to the shadows of the desert night. Even now, years later, the memory of that night, the hushed voices and the eerie tale, sends shivers down my spine. It was a stark reminder of the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of our world. The ranch was isolated, miles from the nearest town. It was a place where time seemed to move differently, ruled by the rhythms of nature and the whispers of the wind. It was here that the woman lived with her children, raising them on stories of the old ways and the power of prayer. The prayer was an ancient one, passed down through generations of women in her family. It was a plea to an unnamed female saint, a figure shrouded in mystery and whispered rumors. A figure said to hold dominion over life and death. The woman taught this prayer to her children, imbuing in them a deep sense of spirituality and a respect for the unseen forces that govern our lives. Little did they know, this prayer would soon become a chilling portent of their mother's fate. This prayer, a lifeline to the divine, was also a harbinger of death, a whispered premonition of a life soon to be extinguished. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the dusty plains, the woman gathered her children around her. Her face, usually etched with the harshness of ranch life, was now softened by an unsettling serenity. She told them, her voice steady and clear, that she had received a premonition, a vision of her own demise. The saint had whispered to her the hour of her passing. She spoke of her death not with fear, but with an acceptance that sent shivers down her children's spines. The children, their young minds struggling to comprehend the weight of her words, listened with a mixture of fear and disbelief. Their mother, the anchor of their lives, was predicting her own death. The silence that followed her pronouncements was heavy with unspoken dread. The children, their faces pale with fear, clung to each other, the weight of their mother's premonition pressing down on them. Days turned into weeks, each sunrise, a stark reminder of the prophecy hanging over their heads. The woman continued her daily routines, tending to the ranch and caring for her children, but a palpable tension had settled over their lives. One afternoon, as the designated hour approached, the woman called her eldest son to her side. Her voice, though weak, held a strange calmness. She instructed him to find their neighbor, a woman who lived several miles away, and ask her to come. The boy, his heart heavy with dread, obeyed without question. As he rode off, he could feel the weight of his mother's impending death pressing down on him, each hoofbeat a painful countdown to the inevitable. He rode through the desert, the setting sun casting long, eerie shadows across his path. His heart pounded in his chest, a drumbeat of fear and anticipation. He was a messenger of death, racing against time. The neighbor arrived just as dusk settled over the ranch. She found the children gathered in the main room, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of several candles. The air was thick with the scent of melting wax and a palpable sense of foreboding. When they led her to their mother's room, a collective gasp escaped their lips. The woman lay in her bed, her eyes closed, a serene smile gracing her lips. Around her, dozens of candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on the walls. It was as if she had orchestrated her own passing, embracing death with open arms. The neighbor, her face etched with a mixture of shock and awe, checked for a pulse, but it was too late. The woman was gone, her passing as mysterious and enigmatic as her life. The candles burned throughout the night, silent sentinels guarding the woman's final rest. Their flickering flames seemed to whisper secrets of life and death, of premonitions fulfilled, and the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. In 1990, 3 years after the woman's death, a gathering took place at the same ranch. People from neighboring towns, drawn by the story that had become local legend, came to pay their respects and share their memories of the woman who could foresee her own death. It was during this gathering that a stranger, a woman with eyes as old as time, approached the family. She confirmed the story of the prayer, revealing that she too knew of its existence and its chilling accuracy. Her words, spoken with an air of authority that commanded respect, sent a ripple of fear and awe through the crowd. It was a confirmation that sent chills down everyone's spines. A stark reminder that some things defy explanation, forever shrouded in mystery and wonder. The desert, it seemed, was a keeper of secrets, a silent witness to the mysteries of life and death. The woman's story, passed down through whispers and shadows, served as a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that shape our destinies.